This programming is sponsored by Texas Mutual Insurance Company, a workers' comp provider committed to making businesses and communities better by providing support for working families and workforce development to build a stronger economic future. More at texasmutual.com/better.
Memorable moments are found in the mess.
Thank you. You know,
bad trucks, a whole fleet. You gotta keep them running right.
Support for KOSU comes from Oklahoma Securities Department, warning that cryptocurrency and precious metals can be unpredictable investments that may result in total financial loss. More at investedok.org.
You're modern, but then you say, please. smile. Je suis à toi, tu le sais. Vas-y, moi j'arrête.
Updates in Tulsa, combined with the most knowledgeable traffic anchors in the city.
Stalled vehicle in the center lane right at the Harvard exit.
We are here to help you get to your destination as quickly and safely as possible. 102.3 KRMG.
Tulsa's traffic station for sure.
The cold, hard truth.
Here it comes. KRMG FM Sand Springs. KRMG Tulsa. News is next on 102.3 KRMG.
Remember today, you listen to
102.3 KRMG, Tulsa's News and Talk.
Live team coverage starts now.
From the KRMG 24-hour Fox News Center, I'm Steve Knoll with team coverage of our top stories. A disturbing video shows a child being beaten on a Jinx East Intermediate school bus last week.
The video, it was taken by another student on a Jinx East Intermediate school bus Friday, May 17th. One student just aggressively hits another student over and over again. This goes on for several seconds. Now, the Jinx school says they found out on Monday after the attack. They took action and suspended not only the student throwing the punches, but the person who recorded the video and another student who they say knew in advance the attack was going to happen.
It's just a horrific, brutal attack. Just something that's so sad and so senseless, and when you see it, the only reaction you can have is for your heart to break for that kid.
Now, the school district told us campus police did an investigation, and the case has been sent to the Tulsa County District's Attorney's Office to determine whether any charges should be filed.
That's Fox 23 and KRMG's Alexa Mostrom reporting. Get ready for days of weather warnings again. ABC's meteorologist Jeff Smith.
Starting tonight, we have severe thunderstorm watches in effect right now through 10 p.m. Central from northeastern Texas up through parts of Illinois. The big concern is what's going to be happening 24 hours from now. Tomorrow evening, violent tornadoes possible in places like Oklahoma City, Tulsa, and Wichita. That threat will head off to the east into parts of the Ohio Valley during the day on Sunday. Not only violent tornadoes, could be hail 4 inches in diameter. By the time this reaches the East Coast, the flooding threat could be high just north and west of New York City.
102.3 KRMG has Tulsa's most accurate and dependable forecast with Fox 23 and KRMG Chief Meteorologist James Adelot.
Still looking at the potential for severe thunderstorms developing this evening. If any storms can get going, they would likely become severe. 88 today, 91 tomorrow, and humid. Memorial Day looks great, sunny and 84. Still in the mid-80s Tuesday and Wednesday. I'm Chief Meteorologist James Adelot for Fox 23 and 102.3 KRMG, Tulsa's News and Talk.
Get your news, weather, and traffic the way you want it.
Yeah. Download it for free on iPhone or Android.
Customizable alerts on the KRMG app, plus the KRMG open mic feature.
That's why I listen to you guys. Keep doing what you do.
Stay connected with 102.3 KRMG, Tulsa's News and Talk.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message data rates may apply or play stopped, opt out. Go to nomoredraftywindows.com for full offer details. Attention homeowners. Do you know when to replace your windows? Feeling too hot or cold? Fog between the glass? Spending too much on expensive energy that literally goes out the window? It's definitely time to replace.
If you've put off replacing windows because it's too expensive, here's great news. You can now get a free in-home window consultation and free price quote from Renewal by Andersen, the company with the most 5-star reviews among leading full-service window replacement companies. And right now, you can save $359 off every window and $887 off every door.
Just text DESIGN to 200-300 for your free consultation on top quality affordable windows or patio doors for no dollars down, no payments, and no interest for a year.
That's right. You don't pay a dime for an entire year. Plus, save $359 off every window and $887 off every door. But hurry, these big dollar savings end this month.
Text DESIGN to 200-300 right now. Text the word DESIGN to 200-300. Don't wait. Text DESIGN to 200-300.
Love is a journey, and it starts with a single question. Will you marry me? At Moody's Jewelry, we believe this moment should be as exceptional as your love story. From timeless solitaires that capture the essence of simplicity to intricate halo designs that radiate elegance, we have the perfect ring to match the uniqueness of your relationship. Each diamond in our collection is hand-selected, ensuring you get only the finest quality. And for those seeking something truly one of a kind, our expert artisans can create a custom engagement ring that reflects your love story with every detail. At Moody's Jewelry, our friendly staff will guide you through the journey of choosing the perfect ring. Because this moment is about more than just a ring. It's about creating memories that will last a lifetime. Moody's Jewelry, locally owned and trusted since 1944. For hours and locations, go to moodysjewelry.com.
Moody's Jewelry. Moody's Jewelry.
Here's a fun fact for you. The average chameleon can point their eyes in 2 different directions. On the other hand, the average human can't. So unless you're a chameleon, there's absolutely no way you can focus on texting and driving at the same time. So don't do it, unless you're a chameleon.
Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Live from the heartland and the crossroads of America, it's Tony Katz Today.
The Senate has passed several bills that would remedy this situation. However, the House of Representatives has failed to do this. The legislature had session yesterday and again failed to take any action. This is simply unacceptable. Ohio is running out of time to get Joe Biden, the sitting president of the United States, on the ballot this fall.
Why is Ohio at fault? And why is the governor of Ohio making this statement? The Republican governor of Ohio is blaming Ohio for something that the Democratic Party did? Maybe Ohio should change the laws altogether about how people get on the ballot. I think this is a fascinating story, and Governor DeWine's out of his head. I get his basic mathematics. We should be decent people. We know he's going to be the nominee. We should allow for it to happen. What are we bothered by? Well, why do you have rules and regulations that require 90 days? You require a period of time that you have the nominee so you can print up ballots. Why in the world do you have this rule? And if Democrats knew this rule, why were they waiting to have their convention in August? Do Ohio's 20 electoral votes do they not matter to you? Are they of such little consequence, Democrats, that you don't bother making the change? Maybe we shouldn't schedule a conference so dang late. The governor is wrong. Wrong here for this screed.
Failing to do so is simply not acceptable. This is a ridiculous, this is an absurd situation. Therefore, tonight, pursuant to Article 3, Section 8 of the Ohio Constitution, I am calling a special session of the Ohio General Assembly to begin this coming Tuesday, May 28th. The purpose of this session will be for the General Assembly to pass legislation ensuring that both major presidential candidates will be on the Ohio ballot in November, as well as legislation that would prohibit campaign spending by foreign nationals.
Well, interesting about the foreign nationals, but now you know the difference between Democrats and Republicans. Look at the lengths he's willing to go. We're not going to disenfranchise people in Ohio. We're not going to disenfranchise Democrats. We are going to make sure everything works. We're going to make sure everyone's on the ballot. When is there a level of personal responsibility? And we should be clear, I don't mind Joe Biden being on the ballot. I'm not trying to keep him off a ballot. What happens to the personal responsibility where it is Joe Biden who kept Joe Biden off the ballot? The Democratic Party did this. I'm asking, where's the responsibility angle? And the answer from Governor DeWine is, responsibility be damned. They schedule their convention for August, and you now have to have special sessions at a cost to the Ohio taxpayer? That's to be bothered by this. To engage that somehow your party has done it wrong. Maybe if you had gone the road of, once again, the Democrats really don't seem to care about people. That they don't care about their party. How could they schedule their convention so late when they know the rules of our state? So we, once again, because this happened in the past, will have to go about helping them out. We're tired of this. Shame on the Democratic Party for not caring about Democrats in Ohio. As the governor of Ohio, as a Republican, I care about people's right to vote. So therefore, now that would have been a nice bit of spin. That would have been a nice take. Why not go for that take? Why not go for that kind of conversation? You can't get a win? You don't even want to try and get a win? Is it so difficult? Is it so problematic? Let me tell you what the Democrat Party is doing. They're screaming and yelling and hooping and hollering about Justice Samuel Alito and whether or not he's got a flag on his front porch.
Right. Yeah, so this is a Revolutionary War flag. It goes back to the very founding of America. But in 2013, a Christian nationalist leader named Dutch Sheets, he's a leader in a movement that was fairly obscure but has become more and more popular, called the New Apostolic Reformation. He was given one of these flags, and he believed that he received a prophecy when he received this flag, that it was a symbol of a revolution that would take place in America, a spiritual revolution that would reconstitute the United States as a truly Christian nation.
This is the An Appeal to Heaven flag, which is actually a flag that was commissioned by George Washington in 1775 to really act as a symbol of New Hampshire rebelling against the British government for attacks on trees. But this expert at whatever news org this was, I think it was CBS. No, this is someone got handed a flag and they thought that it was a message of something else. I once got a girl's number and I was pretty sure that was going to be my future wife. Turns out it wasn't her, it was someone completely different. Who did I luck out? Sometimes a flag is just a flag. Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar, but don't worry. I have got that whole story about this Alito madness coming up, and it's just an example of, look at what they'll do. They're screaming about flags flying in some guy's yard. They have no shame. They'll do anything, say anything, and here's Mike DeWine, the governor of Ohio, who can't figure out how to even have a conversation that shames the Democratic Party for not thinking ahead and caring about the voters of Ohio. It's just nutty. Can't figure out how to get away. When we call the Republican Party the party of stupid, this is why. I mean, just write it down, day and date. This is exactly it. You can't even take a win on something that's a win. You have to blame somebody else every step of the way. Good Lord. You gotta blame yourself. Not somebody else. You gotta blame yourself. You gotta blame your party. This is all the Democrats' fault because they didn't care about the voter in Ohio. And if you had done that, Mike DeWine, maybe you wouldn't be thought of as such a sniveling chump. Republican Party's ridiculous sometimes. But at least they're having the right conversation about the border. They're just not getting legislation passed. The border bill in the Senate fails once again, and the reasons are obvious. I have that story coming up. Tony Katz right here. This is Tony Katz Today.
Weather and traffic every 6 minutes.
Breaking news.
In-depth coverage for our reporters.
And interviews with Oklahoma's biggest newsmakers.
It's what you'll find every morning, Monday through Friday, 5 till 9.
On the KRMG Morning News with Dan Potter.
102.3 KRMG, Tulsa's News and Talk.
A healthy weight, more energy, and smooth, regular bowel movements. 3 things everyone strives for.
It's me, Chuck Norris. There's one really important thing we don't talk about enough. Our health. Achy joints.
signs of aging. So working with the team of health experts, we came up with Morning Kick.
Morning Kick is a revolutionary formula combining 10 different supplements in one. Probiotics that help you lose weight, prebiotics for digestion, superfoods for muscles and joints, and several of the most powerful anti-aging supplements on earth. It'll help you feel youthful, energized, focused, and help manage stress.
Anybody can achieve great health regardless of their age.
Go to roundhouseprovisions.com. Use code EASY or text EASY to 511-511 and claim 40% off today.
Every purchase comes with our 90-day money-back guarantee.
Text EASY to 511-511. Morning Kick. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Tax fees may apply.
If you've been dreaming of spring behind the wheel of a new or like-new vehicle, Keystone Chevrolet can make your dreams come true. Keystone scours the country searching for the perfect vehicles and the best prices, then passes the savings on to you. You can choose from the area's absolute best selection of new and like-new vehicles. With over 500 new and used vehicles, you are sure to find your dream car at Keystone Chevrolet. Have you seen the new 2024 Chevy Malibu featuring sophisticated style with the perfect blend of performance and efficiency? Or up your game in a new 2024 Chevy Tahoe with amazing technology, performance, and room to grow for those family road trips. Feel the power of a new 2024 Silverado. Experience the unstoppable performance and power. Keystone Chevrolet makes it easy to find your dream car. And the deals are so good, you'll say, pinch me. I must be dreaming. Well, wake up and get to Keystone Chevrolet in Sand Springs. Online, KeystoneChevrolet.com.
I'm just texting him back. I'm just posting a story. I'm just changing the song.
No. When it comes to distracted driving, just don't. Sending a text takes your eyes off the road for just 5 seconds, but in that time, your car can travel the length of an entire football field. Any distracted driving just isn't worth it.
Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those round trips, which are perfect on your way there and perfect on your way back? Or those meetings with friends, surprise parties, camps, birthdays. The same way you plan for the important moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Angie's List is now Angie, and we've heard a lot of theories about why.
I thought it was an eco move. Fewer words, less paper.
No, it was so you could say it faster.
No, it's to be more iconic.
Must be a tech thing.
But those aren't quite right. It's because now you can compare upfront prices, book a service instantly, and even get your project handled from start to finish.
Sounds easy.
It is, and it makes us so much more than just a list. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today. Your gas light's on. We need to fill up.
Gas around here is too expensive.
Don't drive all over searching for the lowest prices. Just download the free Upside app and get cash back for
well, you're a traitor. You're just putting on airs. You just really want to be white. This is Ana Navarro with your litmus test of whether or not you're really Hispanic. I gotta think that that's pretty insulting. Especially when people show up to that Trump rally who were Hispanic and black in New York because they live in the Bronx and they want something better. Well, what an argument. What a statement. And notice she says immigration. She doesn't even split it up. This happens all the time.
Behind them, and who think being anti-immigrant somehow is going to make them pass as more American.
She means more white, which is bigoted enough. No one's talking about immigration. We're talking about illegal immigration. No one's talking about immigration, a system that has value, a system that we should work on, a system that we can change and make it better and safer. We're talking about illegal immigration, which has no place. But she'll never say that because she's a fraud. We see this happen time and again and again. And if you say to me, Tony, fraud is just one of those terms that people say about the other political party, you heard her words. Is that what's being discussed? The answer is no. It isn't. You don't have some secret knowledge. These people don't have some secret knowledge that, what they really mean is, we're talking about illegal immigration. If you had zero acceptance, finally, something we could have a zero tolerance policy for, illegal immigration, we'd be in a much better place. A much better place. This came from Bill Melugin over Fox News. He was at the border, and we discussed this the other day with Griff Jenkins, that people are coming across the border from Turkey, from Pakistan, from China, and these are grown men. With all due respect, I would not let single adult males into the country. From China, from Pakistan, from Turkey, nope, bye, off you go. Single men are not allowed in the country. Single able-bodied men are not welcome. Your country isn't working for you, go back and fight for it. Bye. You're only inviting a problem if you allow single able-bodied men into the country from China, from Turkey, from Pakistan, from Mexico, from Sweden, anywhere. As the great Gary Amanoff explains, as perfect of an example, if 10,000 Swedes were amassing at the southern border, it would be an issue. Their blonde hair and blue eyes will not simply get them in. As a matter of fact, it would be seen as creepy. Children of the corn come to life. Count me out. But Bill Melugin is doing this interview with this guy. He's Turkish. And he doesn't understand how in the world we have an immigration system and a border as we do.
Did you have to pay a cartel?
Yes.
How much?
Around 10,000.
10,000?
Yes. In fact, the American people is right, completely true. Who come into this country, they don't know. Maybe, okay, I'm good, but how if they're not good? How they killer, psychopath, else? No guarantee of that. Why, no security, no security check, no background check.
No security check, no background check. You're worried about who's crossing the border?
Yes. Of course, me, because I'm people are not normal.
You could have psychopaths, you could have killers. Nobody's checking because people are not normal. All I know is this guy could run for office and win. Welcome to America. Now, sorry you didn't come in legally. You're going to have to go. But how is he not 100% accurate? How is it that this as this guy who recognizes that this was way too easy. Are you all crazy? Look, I'm fine. But the guy next to me, that guy is super weird. He talks to himself in his sleep. No, seriously, full conversations while he's sleeping. I've heard things, man. Terrible things, man. Meanwhile, we still have a Congress who doesn't get it. And they went forward with this absolutely nonsensical, ridiculous, bipartisan bill. The one they tried in February that didn't work. And of course, it didn't work once again. It was never going to work. I discuss honestly that the border is the biggest story in America. It continues to be the case. But look at where we've now come to with a lot of these stories and a lot of these conversations. We're no longer having conversation about policy or lack thereof. If you aren't in favor of illegal immigration, you're not really Hispanic. You're just trying to be white. I want to know how that's taken. Like, how do people, there are plenty of people who are Hispanic, who come from other countries, who know that this illegal immigration stuff is terrible. Talk to the people who grew up in communist countries. They'll tell you the direction we're going and how completely insane it is. And they are right. They always know. They're always correct. Only somebody who grew up in the United States, with all the privileges the United States has to offer, all the greatness the U.S. has to offer, can somehow decide that communism is the better path. Because it's so easy to do, because you're standing up against the evils of capitalism. Capitalism doesn't have evils. People have evils. Capitalism doesn't have any evils. Communism, however, has tremendous evils and has a couple of million graves. Unreal that now the Democrats are going to feel emboldened to go after Hispanics for not being Hispanic enough. And that whole thing about they're trying to be good Americans. No. You're making the argument that if they actually want border policy, they're too white. And that's just so messed up. But for those people who follow the politics, being bigots is part and parcel of the thing. Being bigots is part of their whole history. Now, some of you are going to say, man, Tony, you're really doing a lot of they and them and differences and going after them, going after Democrats, and that's not usually 100% your way. She said the words. They mean what they mean. What do you want me to do? Not? Ana Navarro is engaged in a long line of otherizing and in a long line of trying to get people to believe, no differences of opinion will be allowed. In claiming that people who are Hispanic, who favor the law, aren't really Hispanic and are trying to act white, I think is gross. That's all I'll say so. That's Ana Navarro. I'm Tony Katz.
Remember today, you listen to
102.3 KRMG, Tulsa's news and talk.
Live team coverage starts now.
From the KRMG 24-hour Fox News Center, I'm Steve Knoll with team coverage of our top stories. In a surprise move, District 9 City Councilor Jamie Fowler says he is ending his campaign to be mayor of Tulsa.
Councilor Jamie Fowler tells KRMG it was not an easy choice to end his candidacy.
Whenever you make these kinds of decisions, you spend some time with your partner, my wife, Sandy. We had some long talks and conversations about it, and we prayed about it, and this is the decision that we came up with.
Fowler says that after examining polling results and the money already raised, he determined there was no clear path to victory. City Councilor also says he is aware of another Republican considering entering the race, whom Fowler thinks has a decent chance to be elected. Fowler would not name that person publicly, but KRMG has reached out to a man rumored to be that mystery candidate. We will let you know if he confirms. Mount Hudson, 102.3 KRMG. Tulsa's News and Talk.
Border Patrol agents say their resources are stretched thin. Fox's Bill Malugin.
Migrants from around the world wander aimlessly along roads in Jacumba, California. They're searching for Border Patrol agents who are overstretched and busy elsewhere, leaving some of the migrants waiting to be apprehended for hours. In Jacumba, these mass illegal crossings of migrants are a common sight. San Diego Sector Border Patrol reports they've encountered migrants from 67 countries here in just the last week alone. Meanwhile, in New Mexico, new Texas DPS helicopter video shows Border Patrol trying to stop smugglers from bringing illegal immigrants over the border wall, as the agents are pelted with rocks, bottles, and dirt.
1023 KRMG has Tulsa's most accurate and dependable forecast.
Still looking at the potential for severe thunderstorms developing this evening. If any storms can get going, they would likely become severe. 88 today, 91 tomorrow, and humid. Memorial Day looks great. Sunny at 84, still in the mid-80s Tuesday and Wednesday. I'm Chief Meteorologist James Edelot for Fox 23 and 1023 KRMG, Tulsa's News and Talk.
Have you or a loved one been told that there's nothing that can be done for your severe daily back pain? As a doctor, told you that you're not a candidate for any kind of treatment because you're too old or too sick? If you went from walking to having to use a cane, a walker, or even a wheelchair, or leaning on the cart at Walmart, does it seem like you're a medical mystery that your doctors just can't seem to figure out? If any of that sounds like you, I can actually help. I'm Dr. James Webb. I've been helping people just like you find freedom from pain without surgery or narcotics for over 20 years in Tulsa. I've seen patients who've had multiple car wrecks, back surgeries, you name it, and we've been able to help almost all of them because it's usually the same 4 or 5 simple conditions that get overlooked by other doctors time and time again. What's our secret? Well, we actually listen to you and we actually examine you. Then we figure out what we think is causing the pain and go and treat the underlying cause rather than trying to mask it with narcotics. The best thing is the minimally invasive procedures that I do are covered by insurance such as Medicare or even Medicaid. So give us a call, 918-260-9322, or on the web, drjameswebb.com, 918-260-9322, or drjameswebb.com.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those round trips that you plan in advance, which are perfect on your way there and perfect on your way back? Or those meetings with friends for which you make a group chat 3 months before so that nobody or anything is missing? Or your daughter's first birthday party. You planned it with such dedication that instead of the first date felt like our quinces. The same way you plan each detail for those moments. Start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Yorkers. The governor of New York, Kathy Hochul, went to CNN to let everybody know that, oh, stop it. No one cares about Donald Trump, and they're not going to pay attention to him. Who would buy into such a thing? My goodness gracious.
Well, I'll tell you it won't make a difference at all, Jake, and that is for Donald Trump to be the ringleader of and invite all his clowns to a place like the Bronx. New York will never, ever support Donald Trump for president. We know him better than anyone, and that means we understand what he's all about is just for himself. So this state will go solidly behind Joe Biden for president, as it has in the past. So he wants to spend his time doing these made-up fake rallies and pretending their support here. Be my guest, because while you're doing that, Donald Trump, Joe Biden's out there on the other side, making sure he's delivering for all Americans. And so go ahead, spend all your time you want in New York, because we will be with Joe Biden, and Joe Biden's out there winning over the rest of the battleground states.
If I show you the polling, he's losing in every battleground state except Wisconsin, where he's only up by 2. This is the governor of New York, not afraid just to lie to your face. But she said something fascinating there that always drives me nuts. It was this right here.
Well, I'll tell you it won't make a difference at all, Jake, and that is for Donald Trump to be the ringleader of and invite all his clowns to a place like the Bronx. New York will never, ever support Donald Trump for president. We know him better than anyone, and that means we understand what he's all about is just for himself. So,
well, he does have an ego, and he likes to see his name high up on buildings. But he also builds buildings. Or he did. And New York is better off for it. I have mentioned this before, and I think it's worth repeating. Donald Trump has done more for New York than Governor Kathy Hochul ever has. Donald Trump has done more for New York than Mayor Eric Adams has. Donald Trump has done more for New York than Bill de Blasio ever had. Donald Trump has done more for New York than Chuck Schumer ever has. Well, at least the Bronx, or we should at least argue the 5 boroughs. Every time that guy built a building and wanted his name in lights, that egomaniac who could have just invested his money in the stock market and had more money, but no, he wanted to show what a big shot he was. Every time he did that, the city of New York benefited. They got the tax base, they got the tourism increase, they got the opportunity for growth. They got the hotels, because this guy wasn't just happy with having the money, he wanted to show you that he could redo a landscape. They could redo a skyline. Thank goodness. New Yorkers should get on their knees and say thank goodness for this egomaniacal freak creating jobs and creating a tax base. Now, I can say on the same level that if you were working for Trump, it must not have been easy. If you were a contractor for Trump, you may have had to fight to get paid. There are numerous stories about this. I'm talking about the results for the city here. 2 different conversations. The results for the city is through the roof. And still is to this day. But let's talk about the people. Let's talk about the people you so incredibly despise. Did you hear what they had to say? They were at the rally and Fox News picked them up. Where are you from?
The Bronx, actually.
I'm originally from the Bronx and from New York.
I'm from the Bronx.
Right here in the Bronx, New York. This is home, right here.
AOC says if you're not a Democrat, you don't belong here in the Bronx. Right. What do you say?
I disagree with that.
I don't think she should be here in the Bronx. I actually don't know any Democrats living in the Bronx.
Look, AOC, look at the tremendous support for Mr. Donald J. Trump. You need to tell her that she need to stay out the Bronx, because look at all the people around. Everybody's here for Trump. I am a Democrat. And I belong here.
Who you vote for?
Donald J. Trump.
What has AOC done for the Bronx? She's done nothing for the Bronx.
working for them. And every time you see Trump, what do you get? Energy. Loads and loads of energy. Don't get me wrong. You get other things that maybe you would say, oh, dear Lord, can we stop it already? Can we just stop this already?
And I tell you, I see a lot of flags from it right out of Israel, right? That's right out of Israel. But remember, I said it a month ago, and it's a terrible thing to say, but I believe it. Many of the hostages that you're waiting for, and everybody's waiting for, those hostages, many of them are dead. Many of them are dead. And it's a horrible thing. It's a horrible thing, but many of those hostages are dead. And that's why when you see these negotiations where Hamas is like not getting back, they're saying, man, we could make a good deal, but these people are no longer alive. When I saw the way they were treated, when I saw the way they were thrown into the cars and how horribly they were treated, there's no way that those hostages, and some will be alive, but many of those hostages are dead. It's a very serious, horrible thing. It would have never happened if the election weren't rigged. It would have never happened if I were president. They would have never done it.
Every time he brings up rigged, I think he hurts himself. Every time he brings up rigged, he can give somebody reason to think, oh, come on. I'm already stepping away from that guy's craziness. Could you please agree, disagree? Just stop saying it. Just go win. Just go win. But even with that, people showed up in the Bronx. They showed up in a big way. And it's everything that Kathy Hochul didn't want to see, everything that Representative Ocasio-Cortez didn't want to see, everything Joe Biden didn't want to see. And even if they didn't show up because even if they showed up not because they're the biggest Trump fan in the world, just because they thought it'd be a good party and there was excitement, they wanted to see what was going on, everybody else got to witness it. And everybody else is talking about it. And the only thing they're talking about Joe Biden is, my goodness, have you seen the price of this, that, and the other? Rally was a success. I won't be surprised if he does another one in New York. Won't be surprised at all. I'm Tony Katz, and this is Tony Katz Today.
Scam alerts, financial security, national security, and anything that concerns your well-being. We'll make sure to keep you informed.
Scammers trying even harder to get a hold of your personal data.
And when it's important to you, we'll go in-depth to make sure you have all the facts. We are 102.3 KRMG, Tulsa's news and talk.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou, a term provider, 800-444-9336. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-444-9336. That's 800-444-9336. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with, call Big Lou at 800-444-9336. David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to say.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Are you being audited or investigated? Has the IRS sent you a letter demanding payment? You may not owe what they claim. Make this free call to the tax doctor now. Let them negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. Call 800-631-9123. 800-631-9123. That's 800-631-9123.
Come get the best for less this Memorial Day weekend at Jim Norton Toyota's pre-owned superstore. Hurry, we're doing Memorial Day bigger and better than ever before with incredible savings on our best selection ever of barely driven quality pre-owned Toyotas. Hey, you already know the best new cars make the best used cars. And Jim Norton Toyota has more pre-owned Toyotas than anyone. So get out here before Memorial Monday night and get Toyota's legendary quality and reliability. And get it all for thousands less with a quality pre-owned Toyota. Plus, Jim Norton Toyota has over 400 late model quality pre-owned vehicles in nearly every make and model. So come shop them all and get the exact pre-owned you want for a mere fraction of the new car price. Plus, you buy with zero down and make no payments for 90 days. Log on JimNortonToyota.com. Then hurry to Jim Norton Toyota's pre-owned superstore before Memorial Monday night. We'll even have plenty of complimentary food and drinks from 12 to 1:30 on Saturday and Monday. That's Jim Norton Toyota, 9809 South Memorial. Plus, back on the license $399. Dealer the permit on select models offers mutually exclusive interest and cruise for title purchase.
Love is a journey, and it starts with a single question. Will you marry me? At Moody's Jewelry, we believe this moment should be as exceptional as your love story. From timeless solitaires that capture the essence of simplicity to intricate halo designs that radiate elegance, we have the perfect ring to match the uniqueness of your relationship. Each diamond in our collection is hand-selected, ensuring you get only the finest quality. And for those seeking something truly one of a kind, our expert artisans can create a custom engagement ring that reflects your love story with every detail. At Moody's Jewelry, our friendly staff will guide you through the journey of choosing the perfect ring. Because this moment is about more than just a ring. It's about creating memories that will last a lifetime. Moody's Jewelry, locally owned and trusted since 1944. For hours and locations, go to Moody'sJewelry.com.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom, she started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
More than 600,000 Oklahomans have disabilities. We can't afford to leave great employees behind just because they do things differently.
Who we are and what we accomplish
are much more important.
Hire an Oklahoman with a disability and gain dependability, commitment, and lower turnover. Reach out. Oklahoma Rehabilitation Services, okdrs.gov, 1-800-845-8476.
Signs on this invite to Netanyahu to address Congress.
I just don't think it's constructive for Netanyahu to be doing a joint address in this moment, period, regardless of who's sending the invitation.
I think it's Republican mischief in action.
I think he is not the right person to come and talk about affairs in the Middle East at this moment.
And you wouldn't go if he comes?
I will not.
That's just 3 members of Congress who have decided because Netanyahu has been invited, they're not going to show up. How wrong it is for the Prime Minister of Israel to speak to Congress. Oh, okay. Tony Katz today. Good to be with you. I'll get to more of that story coming up in a little bit. The state of Illinois, desperate to be just like the state of California. And they have passed a new piece of legislation. It's House Bill 4409. And House Bill 4409 would state that the Illinois Department of Corrections and would change words. So, for example, no one is an offender anymore. You're not a lawbreaker. You're not a criminal. You're not a villain. No. You are a justice-impacted individual. Justice-impacted individual. I do not know how they come to this, why they come to this, what it is that moves the progressive into this, except, of course...
Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
That was unnecessary, Producer Carl. You should apologize for playing that.
I'm sorry.
Shame on you. There is only one reason to make this change from offender to justice-impacted individual. It's unnecessary to speak about the lawmakers in Illinois like that.
I hate Illinois nuts.
That is enough. You are suspended for at least 3 days while we have a long weekend. It's because by renaming things, you get to change definitions. By changing definitions, you get to change minds. Then you get to prevent conversations. Change the meaning of words and people will lose what it is you're trying to say. They will be able to lose, you'll be able to lose in people their ability to understand what is being said and then to question what is being said. It is the only reason to go about such madness, which is why it has to be fought. If we can give it a more definitive type of example, if men can be women and women can be men, what is a man and what is a woman? Well, the Supreme Court Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson can't actually define it. Schools can't define it, so you have to let boys use the girls' room and girls use the boys' room. Oh, and it has to be allowed in all the sporting events. It's the same exact mathematics. The same one. And its prime objective is to prevent honest conversation and questioning. And there is only one response.
F these people.
Seriously, Carl! I apologize for Producer Carl. He is just... He's very antsy. Of course, we're here in Indianapolis. The Indy 500 is this weekend. He's just trying to get out to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway as quickly as he can. This is his... I think he's kind of hoping that I will suspend him for the rest of the day. But no, we have a show to do, dang it. These people must be fought. These ideas, these irrational concepts must be pushed back upon with force. See how that keeps coming back? It's the only way it's going to work. I'm Tony Katz. Find everything at TonyKatz.com. This is Tony Katz Today.
A healthy weight, more energy, and smooth, regular bowel movements. 3 things everyone strives for.
It's me, Chuck Norris. There's one really important thing we don't talk about enough: our health. Achy joints, digestive issues, weight gain, and fatigue. We are told these are normal signs of aging. So working with the team of health experts, we came up with Morning Kick.
Morning Kick is a revolutionary formula combining 10 different supplements in one. Probiotics that help you lose weight, prebiotics for digestion, superfoods for muscles and joints, and several of the most powerful anti-aging supplements on Earth. It'll help you feel youthful, energized, focused, and help manage stress.
Anybody can achieve great health regardless of their age.
Go to roundhouseprovisions.com. Use code EASY or text EASY to 511-511 and claim 40% off today.
Every purchase comes with our 90-day money-back guarantee.
Text EASY to 511-511. Morning Kick. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Tax fees may apply.
Oklahoma DRS helps job seekers with disabilities become taxpayers.
People with disabilities go back to work.
They knew that I would be successful if I did not give up.
They have given me the power and confidence to face any challenge.
I'm just glad that, DRS was there. Empower yourself. Talk to DRS Vocational Rehabilitation.
Or services for the blind today.
OKDRS.gov. 800-487-4042.
Retirement can be scary, but only if you're not prepared.
That's why AARP created thisispretirement.org. Because unless you've already retired, you're in pretirement and you still have time to plan. Learn about retirement savings options, potential tax breaks, and how you can build savings over time. Visit thisispretirement.org for free resources to help you customize your action plan and feel the retirement fear disappear. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
We all have someone we love, like the favorite lyric in our favorite song. You can't imagine life without them. Cancer screening tests can help keep the person you love around longer by detecting changes before cancer develops, or catch it early when it may be easier to treat. And many tests are available for free or are covered by insurance. It's time to sound like a broken record. Tell all your friends and family, I love you. Get screened. Visit cancer.org/getscreened to learn more.
They are our cuddlers and coworkers, purr machines and love bugs, and constant companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life so much better. When we face unexpected challenges in life, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people who love their pets and the pets who love their people, ensuring these families stay exactly where they belong.